Summer is a gardener's busiest time, and Chester Van Heusen has his hands full, harvesting and tending to this lush bounty. In 1 acre, he has more than enough food for his family, not to mention friends. But as green as his thumb may be, he wouldn't be able to keep up without help. The tools of the trade, both basic and big, are crucial. This isn't Van Heusen's only garden. He's been plowing, planting, and growing with Crossroads Missions and its partners in northern Uganda. He says it's a sad paradox in a land so lush, many are malnourished, even starving.
Here in Canada, we can grow for 5 months. And then, we have to kiss goodbye to the summer and it's that cold weather again. But there, they can grow all year round. But there's so little infrastructure to help them develop more of their land. And so people are starving, people are going without, people are sick because of malnourishment, all because they don't have the ability to grow more food and to grow the right kinds of food.
Food security is one of the most critical needs in post-war northern Uganda. Villages have been ransacked, the fields have grown fallow, and there's a need to start over. Old farming methods are time-consuming and yield little extra. So Crossroads Missions partnered with Pastor Charles Oquir and Victory Outreach Ministries to give a jump start to these families in need. It's a program that's changing the landscape of the country.
We've got 7 tractors on the ground. We have been plowing their land because, of course, you can imagine gardens that if you abandoned it for 20 years, what would it look like? They had to clear their own land. We plowed it, we handed them seeds so they could grow their own crops. We gave them hand tools. So they put in sweat equity and we came alongside and strengthened them.
But it's no free ride. There's still a lot of work to be done once the field is plowed and the seeds are sown.
We plow 2 acres of land for each family the first year, and that's for free. But the second year, the people have to pay. They have to pay something so that they're really involved in the process. And then the 3rd year and the 4th year and so on, they continue to pay. And then the level of payment goes up to what we call the market level of what it would cost to have your land plowed.
Farming is all about the laws of multiplication. This 1 cob of corn will produce 500 plants, which in turn will create over 500,000 seeds, showing that 1 seed can make a world of difference.
Keeping an eye on the animals and the people.
On his visits as Crossroads Missions Farmer-in-Chief, Van Heusen takes his skills and trains the farmers there to not only use the machines, but to make the most of their incredibly fertile soil.
We also want to encourage them to grow extra and then grow those specialty types of crops that are going to bring in good money.
Crops like garlic, carrots, lettuce, and kale.
This, in Kenya, they call it sukuma wiki. And if there's any Kenyans watching right now, they'll know what sukuma wiki is. And what it literally means is something that takes us through the week.
The idea is to break the cycle of poverty through surplus. That will not only ensure families have enough to eat,
The answer is what?
but to send their kids to school and reinvest in the community. The problem is, farmers need a place to store their surplus. They also need to get a good price for their yields. The next phase in the project is a storehouse, as well as a cooperative, to ensure fair prices for farmers.
And one of the big problems, as probably most people here in Canada have heard, is that most people get exploited. People sell their food at rock bottom prices, and sometimes all the energy that they put into growing their food ends up, lost because people come from the big cities, they buy at harvest time, they offer them rock bottom prices, they get a real steal, and then the people out of desperation, of course, they sell their food, but then, you know what, a month later they have nothing.
As much as Victory Outreach Ministries is helping to rebuild the local economy, it's already yielded a harvest of another kind. 8 churches have sprung up since the project began. It's the best crop imaginable, according to Van Heusen.
It says in the Bible that unless a seed falls into the ground and dies, it cannot bear fruit. And you know what? Northern Uganda has been like a seed falling into the ground, and it died. It died. The people of Northern Uganda have suffered so much. I mean, we can't even begin to imagine their suffering. But one of the things I see happening is there's resurrection, there's new growth, there's something sprouting, there's something coming out of the ground. It's that seed that was a seed of death. God, Jesus Christ, is transforming that seed into a seed of life, and it's actually growing and it's actually producing fruit. And you know, one of the encouraging things is that many people are getting saved.
And he's also taken back some seeds to plant here in Canada, both spiritually and physically.
They call it the miracle tree or the miracle plant. Well, this has 7 times more vitamin C than an orange. This has 4 times more calcium than milk in these leaves.
Though they are small sprouts, these moringa plants can grow up to 10 meters high. It's a good picture of northern Uganda, a land with so little and so much potential.